welcome to Murphy's Garden, and you join us back at the Tatton flower show. This is day 4 and it's a beautiful day. Sorry about the planes, we are on the Manchester flight path. So we're just heading through the floral marquee as we've done on the other days, and today is the last day of putting the garden together, so we've got a lot to do. So we're here bright and early. It's lovely that the sun is out so early. It's warm, it's not raining. This is the first day that hasn't rained, and the 3 of us are here. It's me, Charlie again, and Olivia, and then we're also going to be joined by a lady called Jo, who is one of Charlie and Olivia's lecturers from Sheffield University. She lectures on like plant design and things like that. So she, oh look at these, aren't they beautiful? So everything's happening in here. So yeah, as I was saying, Jo is she lectures at Sheffield University and does plant design and really knows her stuff, and she's always involved with any of the students that are doing RHS shows. And incidentally, Sheffield University have sponsored Olivia's garden, so Olivia's got to do them proud. So Jo's going to come and lend us her expert eye, and I must admit that Olivia has really project managed the garden really well. So the right people have been arriving at the right times. Like Charlie coming yesterday was great because he's able to help with the sort of the design side. If he'd come day 1, we would have been too many people sort of in the way of doing the hard landscaping. So with Jo coming, it's just perfect because we haven't put any of the plants in the soil yet, so she can just cast a critical eye over it and make sure that everything is good before we start and commit to planting, because once things are in, we don't want to be digging things out again. So you can see everybody else's gardens are really starting to take shape. Pardon? Oh, Jo's here. And this is the team today. This is the planting team. That's starting to really come together now. So this is Jo in the background, so she's lending us her expertise to just help with the positioning, which is really helpful. That looks better already.
Yeah, it does.
That looks really lovely. So she just said about this, our mud pie effect, how we need to make it very sloped using the mulch. We've got plenty of mulch, we'll just graduate that slope, and that will look much better. So I might get on and do something like fish out the bits out of the pond. The garden is really starting to look lovely, and with the sun being out, I think that's really lighting it beautifully. So Jo and I are working down this end, so that's looking good. The steeper really makes it, doesn't it? It's good, just a bit of movement. The colours look good. The bascums at the back there next to that dark purple-leaved dahlia. Sanguisorba is a little bit droopy, but it's okay, I think. And then we'll go and see what Olivia and Charlie are up to. So this is the most important feature. This is Bob the cat. And he's named Bob after Charlie's lovely cat Bob, recently deceased, so just in memory of him. And I know a lot of you will want to know where we got the cat and the archway and the door from. It's made by Daisy Askins from Vine Willow Wood. I will leave a note in the description, but she has made these beautiful sculptures for it, and I think you'll agree they really are the central point to the garden. And everything in the garden has quite a meaning to it. The tank, the water tank, which we've used for the water feature, has been lent to us by our friend and blacksmith Mike Jones, who is a farmer, local farmer in Shropshire, and so it's got that tie to our area in Shropshire. And even the tiles, these are tiles which we bought quite a long time ago, several years ago now, and this is for our doorstep, which we do intend to do. Luckily we hadn't got around to doing it yet, so Olivia has borrowed them. And even the bricks, our neighbours, good friends of ours, have built a new house. They've moved into the new house and sold the other house, and these are the remnants of the bricks that weren't used for their property. It's beautiful tones of these lovely bricks, so they've given them to us, which we're going to use to make some posts and things, use them in our garden. But again, because we hadn't quite got round to it, we thought Olivia could benefit from using them in her garden, and they've got that lovely characterful colour and look about them. Some of the plants we bought from Bluebell Cottage Gardens and Nursery, which this is us picking them up from the nursery just about a month ago. But a lot of the plants I have grown from small seedlings. Olivia helped me start them off, and then when she was off at university, I've been bringing them on, and I'm really, really proud to see them growing in her garden and managing to get them into flower just at the right time. So I find it quite emotional actually seeing them now as grown up plants flowering away in their garden. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. So everything in this garden has such sentimental value attached to it. I think everything in it does. So we're pretty happy with this side. I think this is looking lovely. So I'm going to get on probably soon and start planting that. The colours look really good. So what do you think of it so far?
Very pleased.
Very pleased. It's looking good. So what have you been doing here? Tell us about this area.
This is kind of a more edible area, so it's got more vegetables and it's easy to access from the path. And then we've got antirrhinums and straw flowers for cutting. And then it goes into a more shaded area.
That's a bit of sunshine might open those.
Yeah.
That clematis needs cutting back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'd really do that.
And the grasses look good. That's the you put them 3 together. That's lovely.
Yeah.
And Melania cerulea.
It looks really nice.
And I think the gypsophilia just needs this because it just looks really delicate and lovely. It's just very tactile with the bunny tail. Oh, there's the snail. There's the snail. He's just going to nibble that hostily. And I'll just some of the clematis flowers I've just spent. So I'll just cut those off.
So we're at the planting stage at the moment. We've got both sides done. This is the kind of more shady area, and then it's got a cutting garden. And then I've just put the wreath on the door, which looks really lovely. And this little cat's there. That's Charlie. And then the planting's going on really well down here. It looks nice because it's a lot lower into the ground, so you can kind of see everything a bit better and it spills over the wood. It looks really nice. And now we're going to go and tackle that. Charlie and I are going to have to take all the plants off because we need to build a mound. Because what we've done is raised the pots up. So we're going to have to slope this mound down a bit more to make it look a bit more naturalistic. We'll do that now.
Hello, and you join me just doing some of the planting. I'm over out of the way in the corner, and just some little tips to bear in mind when you're planting in a show garden. So for example, taking this achillea, so if you plant this in the ground, the temptation is to just mind up the soil around it, but you'll get points deducted if there's earth, if your plants are planted incorrectly and you've got earth around the neck of the plant. So the way to do it is to tip out the pot. And just incidentally, the pots, we plant them all in the pot because purely for a matter of practicality. So it's so much easier when we come to deconstruct, just being able to pull the pots out rather than having to replant everything. So just if we want it to raise up by about an inch, then put about an inch of soil in the bottom and then put the plant back in again, and that way it sits a little bit prouder in the pot, and then that can go into the ground, and then you won't see the rim of the pot, which looks ugly, and again will result in marks being deducted. So it's really helpful. We've learned lots of tips and things along the way. I didn't even know a year or so ago that they even planted the pots in the ground. That was new to me. So it's lucky we've got Jo here because she's helping us with all that kind of stuff, which is hard to plant, because I think when we were doing some planting earlier, I think we were planting it up too high to the soil. So that's really helpful to know. Yeah, and the difficulty is when you're putting the plants in is trying not to break everything and to try and work in a logical way. So we've got the layout all done. Olivia was happy with it. So then I'm taking lots of photographs to make sure I can remember how things went back in again. And then I'm also doing a layout over on the grass just so I can remember how we agreed things need to go in. And then just getting either Jo or Olivia just to confirm that they're happy with it. So that's what we're doing. All the earth that we're pulling out, so we've got earth that we're digging out where we're putting the plants in. We've got a use over for that on the other side because Charlie is making a mound around the tree. So what happened yesterday with the tree, you can't obviously plant into the root ball. So the Protegus persimilis prunifolia tree that we got has come, it's got a big root ball. So we can't plant around that, so we look quite bare. So what we decided to do was to put the pots, so we planted the pots on top of the tree and then put the Nicotiana and the ferns all around it, so it looks quite natural. And then we've made this mound of earth which we're going to plant into, so all this soil that we're pulling out can be used to make this mound. So we'll go over and have a look at what Olivia and Charlie are up to. So they're working on the mound. It's quite good having a use for all this earth, isn't it? So I don't know what we would have done with it. That's lovely. That looks really natural.
Yeah.
And don't forget we've got some wood coming, logs.
Yeah, I know, we're going to just put in.
Yeah. Yeah, even that little bit of moss looks nice, doesn't it? Normal people are going on an aeroplane, going to sit on a beach for I'm spending my holiday doing this. So we just had lunch and we're recharged, ready to go again. And I think it's really looking lovely. The weather's nice, it's quite warm now, and some of the things are starting to flop a little bit, so we do need to get on and give everything a good drink and feed. That's lovely. Don't you think a little bit of yellow spots would look quite cool to bring out the yellow of the...
Where was that one from?
It was just tucked behind the tomatoes.
It's looking lovely. The water doesn't seem to be clearing. That's wilting, that original needs the water. Have you? So on this side we've still got all the pots. It's quite time consuming putting all the pots in. This side's looking good. This side, this little corner's done. This isn't done. This isn't done. We thought judging was tomorrow morning, but it's actually, we've got another morning tomorrow, which we've still got to like to get finished today if we possibly can. But it's all looking lovely.
What about that?
And we've got a complete complement of all team members now. Everyone working on the garden, it's really coming together. Josh and Al are putting in the oak leaf hydrangea into that hole, which is nice. Maybe curl it round, oh no, you maybe curl it towards the, more towards that way, I think.
Hi.
Olivia, come and see how you want this hydrangea. Do you want it more in the tank? Mind you don't break. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Alright.
Yeah, gosh, it looks fab. Really lovely. So let's just have a little quickie walk around. I've got a cup of tea somewhere I must drink. So this is still to do. This side's done. That's looking lovely, the bank. Oh, it looks super. So let's just look at the planting. So we've got the alliums. I love the alliums and the steeper. Oh, it's lovely. This was the weakest side yesterday, but it's actually... Oh, look, Al, you've got to move your van. So it's a hive of activity. That garden's looking stunning. That was quite slow to start, but it's looking beautiful. The van's going to be moved. And here Al and Josh brought some stones and some wood with some nice moss on it, and even a bird poo to make it look very natural. And the cat's chasing the mice. That's cute, isn't it? So there's quite a lot of planting still to do that side. But here, this is done. it's all in, but we've got to play about with stones. This is going to be a little bark chip path. That's lovely, that's really lovely. And this side's all done. And I'm just working on down here. So that and the Peter's going to go in. They've planted that oak leaf hydrangea, and that can be filled with some of the Peter. And we've got some little beans, dwarf beans, to fill. The idea is that all the edibles are quite near the path for picking. But it's really looking lovely. Just back in the Marquee, and things are really progressing. It's just looking beautiful. Look at this. Alliums and foxtail lilies. Some enothra there. That's a lovely colour. What's that one called? Rosy Jane. It's nice, and that's a nice helenium. It's a nice stand. So the sun has gone, unfortunately, and we're getting a little bit of rain, but do you know what? We're all quite hot, and it doesn't really matter because it's just nice light rain, so it's just giving everything a little light watering, a little misting. And in fact, when the sun did come out, everything started to wilt, so probably this weather is the ideal, really. So that's what the Marquee, the floral Marquee, looks like from the outside. Very busy on site. And everybody's garden is just looking fabulous. Love the colours of that one. And the same with this one, different colours entirely, but beautiful. I think the reds and oranges go really well with that dark stained wood. It's nice. And just also different. Look how different they all are. Purples and reds, that looks good together. It's really inspiring, it really is. It's such a lot of work. I think it makes us all realise the amount of work that goes into doing these gardens, and the bigger borders, the bigger gardens, which we haven't even seen yet, which we'll see on when we come on the show. We haven't really got time at the moment, but they're bigger, and honestly the amount of work that goes into that is just incredible. Everybody's hard at work. That's a lovely one. Lots of kind of arches and structures. This is looking lovely. So this is, I think they went to, did they go to Sheffield? I'm not sure, but Olivia knows them. Yeah. Having a tea time break, we're all shattered. First time we've sat down, really, other than a very brief lunch. So this is what it's looking like so far. We've got to do something with the stones. The stones aren't quite right, but the pond I think looks incredible. So it was a bit of a muddy colour, so we went to see one of the pond companies to see if they could suggest anything. So they gave us some of the pond dye, which we've put a little bit in, and also we bought some of these little plants, which are little aquatic plants that float. Can't remember what they're called. Olivia will tell me, but I forget. And that looks super. All the planting here is done. I think that's been mulched. And then there's the bark path to the pond. And then on this side, still working on this. It's really difficult. The advantage of having the pond and quite a bit of hard landscaping is that it's easier to plant whenever you come to do this side, and most of the other gardens, especially our neighbours, they've got such a lot of planting. It's really difficult to do. So it looks stunning, but it's very, very difficult to plant. So we're having the same problem on this side, where it's just, you end up breaking things, and so we're just working our way through it. Charlie and Joe are the other side. This is all done, and Olivia, and they've added some of the bricks and the logs with moss on them, which look really soften it and look lovely. The bee posts are looking good. That's all mulch, that's all done in here, and so they're just working on that. I've got a little birdhouse on the tree. The archway got a bit knocked and it's gone a little bit wobbly. And then this side is all done. Let's just move that sign absorber. So we've got lots of edibles just dotted through the planting. Some Peter there. Quite like this actually. Just put that grass in with the that's the blood grass. And then the Achillea. What's that doing there? Is that meant to be in? No, it's not. It's not planted, is it? But it's maybe.
Dry as well.
Yeah, it looks really dry. I'm not sure about that. So after the planting has been put in, we're just going through the border mulching. We had a lot of excess soil when we were planting plants. A really good tip is to make sure you have a bucket and wheelbarrow so that you can barrow off the excess soil, because there is actually quite a lot, and Al's been running back and forward. There is a site to put excess soil.
That grass looks lovely now it's in. Was that a real effort to do it?
Massive, you owe us. It wasn't too bad.
I do, you've done a lot of work.
Joe, are you coming back again for the job?
I'm not gonna. I can't come tomorrow, but I will come and see what happens on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah.
You will?
Yeah, but not. Is it finished? But you want to see it.
What day are you going to go, Charlie?
No, whenever you want me to go. I've not got anything on Wednesday.
He was going to go Wednesday afternoon, weren't you?
Yeah, that's when I thought I was
when's
going.
judging then? Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday's judging.
After judging.
Ella's coming as well.
We all get a medal, Josh. We all get a medal. We're all winners here. Oh, let's get our neighbours on camera as well. Yeah, that's the best one. What a team.
So you didn't do some
This-
work.
Yeah, and we'll have this up on YouTube, don't worry. Look at this. Wonderful. The dyslexic team.
The dyslexic team. Yeah, they're not dyslexic.
So this is the end of day 4, and we're so pleased with what we've got done today. It was a big challenge to get all the planting done, but it's actually done. Many hands make light work. Everybody's done brilliantly, really helped and done their thing. Thanks to Jo, because that was her advice was invaluable. And now we've just got this light amount of rain, which will hopefully just wash all the soil off the plants. Everything's been fed. And here is the Pride designer and her assistants. Everybody, this is the full team. This is a picture of the full team, which there are 5 of us. And this is Olivia and Charlie. Olivia's absolutely delighted with it.
It's gone even better than I expected. It looks so beautiful. There's
And-
not one thing I would change.
And so good to see your design come to fruition. This is the
Yeah.
first time you've seen,
Well, like fully, like exactly what I had envisaged.
without anyone changing it or doing. Yeah. I
Tampering
love
with
the
it.
airiness of the Amy, and it's just so much.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm
lovely.
going to go and do that other side quickly before.
Oh, do you want to get that antirrhinum in as well?
Oh yeah. Well, let me get some of the other.
And I didn't say about the water feature, but the water feature, I think I did say, but we've just put some dye in it, and it just looks incredible because it really reflects all the plants, doesn't it? It's just lovely. It's just so lovely. I love the colours, the oranges and the purples and the greens and the white, touches of white. I'll just go around the back so you can see it from the back. The little cat's chasing the mice on the path. Lots of edibles, we've put those near the path for picking. We'll do some more photography tomorrow. We've got to tidy up, there's obviously a lot of mess and everything around, so tomorrow's just titivating and tidying. The
I love it. I don't want to take it down. I'm going to be
No,
crying
I
when I'm
don't want it.
deconstructing it.
the bee posts need a bit of a sweep there too, don't they?
Yeah, we'll sort that out.
Oh, you're just finishing off. That's
And then I can mulch the last bit.
Oh, that bit is just finishing and mulching. The clematis have perked up actually, haven't they?
Yeah. Everything. Even
Is that Rosa? Is that geranium going in? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. And this is it from the back. Quite like that little area.
All these leaves need kind of washing off.
Yeah,
do you
we'll
know
do
what
all
I
that.
mean?
The
Or-
rain might do that actually. So Charlie's just doing the few final antirrhinum, and Olivia's just finishing off there, and then back home.
That
and
black dye is really good, isn't it? I think
yeah,
that's
it's
gives
lovely.
confidence
Yeah,
that if we did
I think
that,
it reflects everything, doesn't it? All the
Yeah.
plants. We can do that in
And
the
if you
reel,
have
are we?
fish.
Doing that in the reel.
I want a shark's fin. Could you get a shark's fin coming out of it, Liv? You know.
So I think that's it really for the day. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Tomorrow is just tidying up until lunchtime, then that's it, and then back the following day for judging is on Wednesday, isn't it? Judging on Wednesday, so we'll see what happens.